Welcome back. In the previous lecture, we learned to refer columns and create expressions. I showed you examples to create expressions using the following two methods: string expressions or SQL expressions and column object expressions. We already learned to refer data frame columns, applying some maths and using built-in functions. However, Spark also allows you to create user-defined functions and use them in these two types of expressions. In this lecture, we will learn to create UDF and use them in our expressions. So, let's start. I created this UDF demo example. I have this sample data file. I am creating a Spark session and loading this data file into a data frame. Let me show you the data frame. Good. Can you see this gender column? We have a different kind of text here. However, I wanted to standardize it to one of the following values: male, female, or unknown. How to fix it? We have many ways to do this transformation. However, I want to create a custom function to fix this problem. So, let's define the function. Let me call it the parseGender function. This function takes a string and returns a string. So, I intend to use this function where I'll pass the gender column and it should return one of the desired values, that is male, female, or unknown. Let's create the function body. I'm going to use a regular expression to infer the gender. Here is the regular expression for females and here is for the male. What does it mean? I have three patterns to infer the female gender and all those three patterns are combined with an OR condition. Let me quickly explain these patterns. The string is a single character F. It contains F followed by some other character and letter M. It contains W followed by some other letter and M. Similarly, the pattern for the male gender is also designed. These patterns may not be a perfect gender match pattern, but it works for the given data. Now let's test it. Here is the code. If we can find the lowercase of the string in the female pattern, then it is a female. Similarly, we check for male, else we return unknown. Good. So my function is now ready. How do I use it? We can create an expression and use it. However, we have two approaches to develop the expression: column object expression and string expression. Let's learn both. The first one is the column object expression. I'm going to create a new data frame transforming the existing data frame and I'm going to use the with column transformation. What is the with column and why am I using it? Let me explain. The with column transformation allows you to transform a single column without impacting other columns in the data frame. It takes two arguments. The first argument is the column name that you want to transform. So, in my case, it is the gender column, right? We want to transform the gender. The next argument is a column expression. So, what I want to do is to use the parseGender function and supply the gender column. My parseGender function will fix the gender string and return a standardized gender string, right? That's all we want to do here. However, we cannot simply use a Scala function in a column object expression. I need to register my custom function to the driver and make it a UDF. Let me do it. I'm going to use the UDF function to register it. So, let me import the functions. Now, I can use the UDF function to register my Scala function using the signature of my local function. What does it mean? Simple. It takes one argument of type string and returns a string. That's all. The UDF function will register it and return a reference to the registered UDF. Now you can use the UDF reference here. That's all. Let me show the new data frame so we can see the before and the after state. So what exactly are we doing? It is a 3-step process to use a user-defined function. Create your function, register it as UDF and get the reference. Now your function is registered in the Spark session and your driver will serialize and send this function to the executors. So executors can smoothly run this function, right? Finally, use your function in your expression. That's all. Great. So we learned to create and use a UDF in a column object expression. Can we use it in a SQL expression? Yes, we can. However, the registration process is different. We need to register it as a SQL function and it should go to the catalog. And that is done using Spark session UDF registration method. The first argument is the name of the UDF and the second argument is the signature of your function. So these two registrations are different. The first one is to register your function as a data frame UDF. This method will not register the UDF in the catalog. It will only create a UDF and serialize the function to the executors. The second type of UDF registration is to register it as a SQL function. This one will also create one entry in the catalog. Let me query the catalog after the first kind of registration and once again after the second kind of registration. If you want to use your function in a data frame column object expressions, then you must register it like this. But if you want to use your function in a SQL expression, then you must register it like this. Now let's come to the expression creation. I'm going to create an equivalent SQL expression. I'll copy this line and modify it. So the first thing is to replace a double quote around the expression and make it a string. We do not need this call function in a SQL expression. However, we have a small problem. The with column doesn't take a SQL expression. But that's not a big problem, right? We can use the expr function here. You already learned it in the earlier video. Now the Spark engine will parse this string at runtime and resolve the UDF and the column name from the catalog, right? That's all. Let me run it and show you the outcome. Good. So the first output is showing the catalog. We registered pass gender using the UDF function, but we don't see it in the catalog. The following output is for the initial data frame. You can see some gender strings, right? Then we again see the catalog. This time you will find your UDF here. Finally, you will see the new data frame. We used the with column transformation, which affected only the gender field. The rest of all the fields remained unchanged. Make sense? Great. That's all for this video. Keep learning and keep growing.